In several instances in the Bible, life has been likened to a race. In 1 Corinthians 9:24, the Bible talks about life being a race. In 2 Timothy 4:7, Paul refers to life as a race. I have finished the race. In Philippians 3:12-14, again, not that I have already attained, but I run the race, forgetting the things that are behind. I run to get the prize. In 2 Timothy 2:5, talks about the athlete running the race. But today I want to focus on life from Hebrews 12:1 and 2, and how we win this race. I'll give 3 quick points. Point number 1, we are not alone. The Bible talks about a cloud of witness in Hebrews 12:1. Those are saints who've gone before, who victoriously walked the journey of life. And I make bold to say, in saints on earth who are alive, who are living the life, supporting each other, holding each other accountable. The Bible says in Proverbs 27:17 that iron sharpens iron. There is a cloud of witness, so we are not alone. Point number 2, we have to lay aside every weight and sin that so easily besets us. The sin aspect is clear. We have the 10 Commandments as a guide in Exodus 20. In several books in the Bible, it talks about what we should not do. If you want to look at the lust of the flesh in Galatians 5:19, sexual immorality, unforgiveness and all that, it's clear. In Galatians, it says the same thing, talking about what God does not want us to do, how he doesn't want us to live our lives, the things that he calls sin. But what about the weights? Now, the weights are not necessarily bad things, but it is the lack of balance. Some people will spend the whole week fasting and praying for a job, and when they get that job, they become too busy to even spend 1 minute with God. God, you understand, I'm so busy, I have meetings and all. Well, life isn't about race, life is about purpose. That we glorify God, that we spend time with him, that we get to know him. So I want us to examine our lives, and there are other things that could also serve as weights. It could be unemployment, it could be waiting on the Lord, it could be marital problems, problems with children, unanswered prayers, it could be our past. But the Bible tells us in Isaiah 43:18 and 19, don't cling to former things, don't hold on to things of the past. Allow God to do a new thing. If we allow these weights to put us down, then there is no way we are going to be victorious in our journey. If you remember, in olden days, Roman times, when the Roman athletes were running, they stripped themselves of everything that they had on and just covered their private parts. They didn't want any weight to pull them down. They didn't want anything to stagnate them or to take them backwards. Brothers and sisters, our point number 2 is laying aside every weight and sin that so easily besets us. Point number 3, take your eyes off circumstances, off problems. Paul says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Who better explains that than Paul, than David in Psalm 121, verse 1. He says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. When the Israelites were going through battles and they didn't know what to do, Jehoshaphat said in 2 Chronicles 20:12, he said, God, I cannot fight this battle. I want to continue this race, so I keep my eyes on you. And I just had a revelation. When your eyes are on Christ, your ears are tuned to him. Because the Bible tells us that God told them, just praise me. This battle is not yours, it belongs to the Lord. And victory was theirs. When we walk in the Lord, when we follow these 3 principles, we'll be able to say, as Paul said at the end of his life, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, and now I'm going for my prize. I want us to be able to say that we have fought the fight and lived our lives for Jesus, left a legacy for others to emulate, and for Jesus to say, as is written in Matthew 25:21, well done.